welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where I wanted to start the level 50 plus Paladin quests. We live in troubled times, Serenia, as you well know. Yeah, I know. That is why it's more important than ever that the Sultansworn stand ready to serve as a sword and shield of the Sultanate. For a time, I feared our order was doomed, but then you helped us to restore our good name. Your shining example inspired many young men and women to seek us out. Even as we speak, they train to own their skills. A few words of encouragement from the famed free Paladin would do much to motivate them further, I should think. Perhaps you would consider paying them a visit at Camp Bluefog? Okay, Camp Bluefog it is. Let's just teleport. A pleasure to meet you, Serenia. My name is Owen. At the moment, Phyllis and I conduct drills with the new recruits at the East Watchtower. They'll be thrilled to see you, I'm sure. No word of the alleged crimes we supposedly committed. I mean, I know they're playing it down, but you'd think at least the Sultansworn would know about an assassination attempt on the Sultana? Since we all know you're a woman of few words, I thought we might forgo the speech and instead ask you to favor us with a display of swordsmanship. We've laid out bait for the basilisk already, in fact. We need only wait for them to come. Yeah, because main character never speaks, right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Truly arousing performance, Serenia. Thank you. It's one thing to talk about proper technique, but an altogether different thing to see it firsthand. I think it's safe to say that the recruits will long remember this day. As will I. And back to generals. Not quite as far out. Generals? Welcome, Serenia. I gather recruits took your lesson to heart. I hope so. Would that I had some way to repay you, some knowledge or technique to bequeath to you. I'm humbled to admit there's nothing I can teach you. All I can offer you is my heartfelt thanks. Pray go forth, my friend, and continue to defend the people of Uldar and Eorzea at large. Okay. Begging your pardon, Serenia. Papa John? We need to talk, but not here. at the dispatch yet outside the city. Okay. Let's see what the old veteran has to say. I don't think we have actually met Papashan in this character playthrough. I made a bonus episode 1 or something? I don't remember. Where I started a character who began in Uldar, I believe a Thaumaturge, and during the starting area quests, we learned that Papashan is a former member of the Sultansworn who is retired. Thank you for coming, Serenia. You must be wondering why I called you here. It concerns Solkzagyr, Genlin's predecessor. Yes? As you may recall, he continues to search for Oathkeeper, the sword stolen from us by the monetarist's minion. From time to time, he sends me missives sharing me the latest discoveries. His most recent one contained a startling claim. He wrote that he had found the sword at last. But that was some time ago, and he has not contacted me since. I would not trouble Genlins with this news, not until I learn what has become of Solkzagyr at the very least. Will you help me find him? Okay. I knew I could count on you, Serenia. For now, all I know is that his last missive came to me by way of Ishgard. Once I learn more, we can begin the search in earnest. For now, we know nothing. But we are already 58, which is higher than 52. Ah, just the woman I was hoping to see. I now know from where Solkzagyr sent his last missive to me. Falcon's Nest, a hamlet in the Corvus Western Highlands. It is where I would have you begin your search. Reclaiming Oathkeeper would do much to restore the honor of the Sultansworn, but we must not get ahead of ourselves. First, we must find our comrade. Corvus... Falcon's Nest. The Paladin who cried wolf. Emerisal. Rogadin. Paladin? Well, I do recall a traveler who spent several days here at least. Forster? Solkzagyr, never heard of him. Was he one of the new craftsmen working with 100 eyes? Sorry, we've seen an awful lot of new faces around here. Most don't leave an impression, other than the heretics and bandits, that is. Nothing. There was a pitched battle the other night out in the wastes, involved a rather large man and a party of his fellow heretics, to hear the scouts tell it. Naturally chose not to intervene. If they wish to kill each other, by all means. What are you? Do you have a moment to talk? A short while ago, one of the workers from House Dismal asked me to go and deal with some Mylodons that has been causing trouble. The Black Iron Bridge barely survived the calamity. It's in desperate need of repairs, but the upland Mylodons roam far too close to it. The craftsmen can't work safely. Someone needs to kill them. The Mylodons, that is, not the craftsmen. The Mylodons, not the craftsmen. Okay, so we deal with a bunch of Mylodons. But I do this quest because it gives ether current we need to learn to fly in the area. Heard you were asking after Rogadin, and in a fashion that might give a man cause to worry. I know Solkzagyr. New, I should say. Older fellow, spent some time chatting with a young blood. He came through like the rest of us before him, looking for the same thing we all do. Bandits ambushed him in the night out in the wastes. Buried him with my own 2 hands the next day, out near Camp Riversmeet. Constantine took it especially hard, close as he was to him. So it seems he is dead? But bandits against a paladin? Oh, Neva current. Remember, we needed those to access the flight ability of our Black Chocobo. The colder it gets, the bolder the heretics become. Yeah, well, their saint is Shiva. I guess that would be a reason to be emboldened by the cold. You okay, buddy? Alone's blessing upon you, miss. I say that was a rather frightful experience. Were you a friend of Solkzagyr's too? Ah, good. That's to say, my condolences. I knew it had to be others that would want to know. It was the work of Death's Embrace, I'd wager. Those fiends you slew just now were sent by them as well. My kinsmen think of them nothing but another band of sellswords or heretics. If only they knew what they're truly capable of. Yeah, those are assassins. I can only hope that they will heed my warnings this time. If you would excuse me. They probably won't. Sorenya, this is Papa Sean. Have you found Solkzagyr? Seems to be dead. Gods almighty, slain by Death's Embrace? I heard some of us bastards were still skulking about, but I never thought they would try to... Wait, could it be that they were the ones who held Oathkeeper, and that they killed Solkzagyr when he tried to take it back? Damn it all, we still have no answer. Though there's still the boy. Get after him and find out what he knows. Okay. I run over there and kill the Mylodons, and that probably will send me then back to the camp. Okay, yep. Was just killing a few beasts and then returning. A pleasure to see you again, miss. Was there something you wish to discuss? There indeed was. Oh, so you have that free Paladin Solkzagyr told me about. It is an honor to meet you at last, Serenia. But it's for the second time. My name is Constrained. Truly honored, miss. Truly honored. Sorry if I seem a bit out of sorts. I've just been thinking about him a lot. The day we first met, when he saved me. How his sword gleamed when he danced among the wolves. I begged him to teach me the ways of a paladin so I could save others like he had saved me. He must have turned me down a dozen times before he finally relented. Probably because he caught me asking around about the Oathkeeper. But I suppose he didn't think I was strong enough to help him reclaim the sword. Why else would he sneak off to challenge Death's embrace while I was away? So you thought you weren't ready yet, yeah? I should have been there, Serenia. I should have been there! Then you'd be dead as well. I've decided I'm going to take it back. Oathkeeper, I mean. He said I wasn't ready to wield the soul, but what choice do I have now that he's gone? I could train you. You want to find it out too, don't you? Then help me, please. You will? Alone be praised. You won't regret this. Oh, if Solkzagyr could see us now. Two paladins united in purpose. Well, I suppose it's rather premature for me to claim the title, isn't it? A little, yeah. One veteran paladin and one aspiring paladin then, united in purpose. We shall recover Oathkeeper and bring Solkzagyr's murderers to justice. As soon as I uncover new information, that is. Yeah, let's take the next one as well. Goring Blade. So this is an alternative choice here. I need room somewhere. Terrible. I have tidings, Serenia. Hidden among Solkzagyr's belongings was a journal, the final entry of which contained what appears to be a map of a Gorgania holding. He marked a spot near the river, though he did not write why. Yet considering how devoted he was to recovering Oathkeeper, sure there's some relation. I say we sally forth and investigate. We may encounter wild beasts or worse, of course, but we are well equipped to face them. Well, that's to say, you are. Yes, I am. Should I craft you something? I can do that, you know? Perhaps not my level of equipment, but at least better than clothes, right? Impressive, huh? It took some doing, but I managed to resize Solkzagyr's silhouettes. They should afford me excellent protection against, thigh-high threats. Anyway, let's see where this map leads. Somewhere over yonder, perhaps? Search for anything of interest. Gallant come. Paladin headgear. Frozen blood. Or was it further to the... Oh, Serenia, find anything? This coronet. Solkzagyr's coronet, when he did come here. That is what I thought. There's a trail of blood as well, you said. Let's follow it and see where it leads. Seems to lead toward the Dusk Vigil. Sneaking past that creature. I think it's taking us westward. Of course, Death's Embrace. We must have made camp here and Solkzagyr learned of it. Wait, was that movement just now? To the west? We cannot let them escape. That boy should really go home. He's neither equipped nor trained enough to do this. End of a road. They don't seem to be carrying Oathkeeper. Well, if nothing else, we can at least bring them to justice for their countless other crimes and ensure they harm no more innocents. To arms, Serenia. For justice. For Solkzagyr. Okay. And now he's wearing the coronet. I thought the coronet would help, but that speech still felt rather uninspired. Your chicanery and seer. Wait, is chicanery the word I want? Royalist dogs. My Voidsend will feast on your souls! Voidsend, I focus on the mage. Take care of that thing, will ya? I had those before. Oh, you'll pay. Don't think you won't pay. Okay. Definitely Death's Embrace. Did we win? I mean, by the fury, we won! That villainous scum will prey on the weak no longer. Pity they didn't have Oathkeeper. Well, all a day's work for a pair of paladins, huh? Back to Falcon's Nest for a well-earned rest. Okay, let's teleport back. The wheels of justice are slow to turn, as we know all too well. Even Sir Emmerich, who they say cares deeply for the welfare of every Guardian, even he is bound by bureaucracy. It all comes back to the war, in the end. If it's not the heretics or dragons, well, you know how it is. And the Forlands, well, if you head that way far west without enough help you hired, you've no one to blame but yourself for what happens. So when my mother's cavern was raided on the road to Tailfeather, I was resigned to never knowing who to blame. Until Solkzagyr told me all about Death's Embrace, and I realized they were the ones responsible for that and many other attacks. They chose their targets with care, preying on those who wouldn't be missed, save by their equally powerless friends and family. But everyone deserves a champion. Even the least among us are worth saving. I don't know if the remaining members of Death's Embrace have Oathkeeper, but even if they don't, it is our duty as paladins to stop them. That's what Solkzagyr would say were he here, right? I'm honestly not certain. Yeah. Okay, but I end this episode here. I believe next time we just continue with the quest here. Yeah, we continue here. Until then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.